Let's enjoy chest radiographs with Dr. Y. Session number 5, Mach Band Effect. Review of session number 4. What is the position of this film and what is the diagnosis? We are all familiar with the session 4, so the answer is a piece of cake. Yes, this is supine AP film. Bilateral diffuse haziness without air bronchogram and pleural line of pleural effusion, obscuration of left diaphragm line and CP angle blunting, hazy retrocardiac area, obscuration of aorta line and paraspinal line, and accentuation of right minor fissure. And we cannot identify the lower pulmonary vessels under the diaphragm line. This is AP supine film with bilateral pleural effusion. Review of session 4, number 2. What is this blue arrows represents for? And what are these films are? Yes, correct. This is vanishing tumor of erect chest radiograph and supine axial CT scan. Upper portion of right major fissure, lower portion of right major fissure. Yes, right major fissure pleural effusion, such named as vanishing tumor. Let's begin today's session. Session number 5, Mach band theory in chest radiology. Mach bands are optical psychophysiologic edge enhancement phenomena produced by means of the process of lateral inhibition in the retina. It was written by Ernst Mach, 1865. I'd like to recommend you this classic but fascinating review article in Radiology, year 2001, written by Dr. Marvin Chasen, a handsome man and used to work at MD Anderson Cancer Center, Houston, Texas. The name is Practical Applications of Mach Band Theory in Thoracic Analysis. With nice illustrations and nice experiment, it was written as Mach bands do not exist in the real sense, but are perceived as real by the visual system. Their visualization depends on a set of variables that primarily involve the contour and optical density of a structure at an interface relative to that of its surround. M.H. Chasen, Radiology, year 2001. Original definition is sophisticated, so how to say practically simply, but not in perfection. The interface of spherical, tubular structure of concave side in chest radiographs attracts more attention of my eyes. If white, softish side, it's positive Mach band. If black, lung side, it's negative Mach band. Look at this figure. The aorta, white arrow, as negative Mach band, and arrowhead, paraspinal line is positive Mach band. This is paraspinal line of positive Mach band. This white arrow is aorta of negative Mach band. This is the rear images of previous slides illustration. In red color, positive Mach band is white, brighter band, such as paraspinal line, and this blue color, negative Mach band as black, darker band. This is aorta line. In the CT axial imaging, this aorta line is negative mark band, and this white soft tissue side of concave paraspinal line represents positive mark band. You can see the chest CT findings in this chest radiograph here. Positive mark band, negative mark band. Black line and white line is more conspicuous to my eyes. We have met this film before, lymphangial leiomyomatosis with pneumothorax. This black pneumothorax of air is concave, and this left ventricle and diaphragm is convex with dense side. So these two are minus negative mark band, and collapsed left lower lobe of lung is denser than the free gas. So this is positive mark band. We are also familiar with this left pleural effusion of decubitus film. How about this pleural effusion side? What is remarkable to our eyes? Yes, white dense line of pleural effusion side, because this area of pleural effusion is concave. That is same as the left paraspinal line here, that is positive mark band, and aorta and diaphragm is negative mark band. How about this right-sided pleural-based mass? Yes, we see the negative mark band. And what is this whiter band? That is positive mark band. Where does it come? Yes, we can understand if we examine these CT axial images. This point is suggesting us concave, denser portion of a positive mark band. I think we are all familiar with this film. This is the famous image of right upper lobe collapse with more famous sign of inverted S sign, proximal convexity, bulging, distal concavity of collapse. So the minor fissure is elevated with convexity, and proximal portion is the right middle lobe is concave. So this denser lung represents positive mark band, and proximal portion is showing negative mark band. How about the CT coronal image? Same as what we have been imagining. Yes, negative mark band, positive mark band. Same patient's lateral film, convex minor fissure, and straight major fissure. A little bulging here. So these positive mark band and negative mark band. If we see this axial image, we can understand it as positive mark band here of minor fissure and major fissure of negative mark band. This is pneumoperitoneum of erect chest film. What about the relation between diaphragm and free gas? Positive mark band. What about the relation between free gas and liver? Negative mark band. What about the stomach gas with diaphragm and stomach wall or small bowel wall? Yes, positive mark band. Let's review the both nipples mark band effect of both nipples. Left side nipple shows all around the negative mark band. That means the nipple is perfectly convex. But what about the right nipple? Somewhat inconspicuous. That means not so much showing convexity on right side nipple. Right upper lobe lesion is tuberculous granuloma, and the left diaphragm is a little flat. Now we know why mass and right diaphragm shows negative mark band. And what about the left diaphragm? Because left diaphragm is not so concave or convex, just linear or flat, so the mark band effect is minimal. Let's enjoy this chest radiograph. What kind of lesion do we see? Yes, anterior mediastinal tumor. What kind of signs do we see? At least 3 signs are here. Yes, negative mark band and hilum overlaying sign, and third, silhouette sign. I'll talk about hilum overlaying and silhouette signs later. The CT shows clearly the anterior mediastinal tumor here. Now we are closing. How about the feelings about the mark band theory in chest radiographs? Isn't it interesting? Fancy? Yes. Let's be friendly with positive and negative mark band. Now you can all understand the positive and negative mark band here. What is your answer of the previous session's quiz? Yes, correct. Right upper lobe, anterior segmental bronchus. And also with the white one is pulmonary artery or anterior segment artery. Left side is axial image of tangential view. Right side is coronal image of en face view. This one, right upper lobe, anterior segmental bronchus, and pulmonary artery. This is the quiz for next session. What is this? What is the name of this and the anatomy? Like, subscribe will be a big support to me. Thank you very much.